nature has no room for pity. Every single day, all living things awake to one ultimate question: how do you survive? When the pack is no longer a shield, when all protection is stripped away, solitude begins. It is not loneliness. It is the ultimate mastery of those who command their own fate. Darkness blankets the long stretches of sand on desolate islands, completely cut off from the noisy world of humans. Here, one of nature's most silent and primitive cycles of survival is about to begin. Amidst the steady roar of the distant ocean, great secrets lie hidden deep beneath the earth, waiting for the exact moment to awaken and write the very first chapters of a solitary journey. Deep beneath the warm sand, the immense pressure of thousands of fine grains weighs upon the eggs that have lain still for months. Without parental protection or the direct warmth of family, the tiny lives inside the shells rely solely on their own energy and the Earth's temperature to grow. Now, the moment of destiny has arrived. The sand begins to shift as the very first eggshells start to crack. A tiny sand-covered shell emerges from the soft casing. The very first hatchling has shattered its cramped world to step into a much harsher reality. Here, there is no warm welcome, no mother's soothing touch, and no protection from any herd. This fragile creature opens its eyes to life within the absolute darkness of a sandy grave, completely alone from its very first breath. The primitive instinct embedded within its tiny brain begins to awaken, urging the young turtle to dig, to fight against the immense weight of the earth to find an exit. Every centimeter of movement requires a supreme effort from muscles that have never been used before. The hatchling must push against old eggshells, searching for the smallest gaps in the sand to climb upward, with absolutely no help from its kind. As it finally escapes its sandy grave, what welcomes the hatchling is not a peaceful world, but a boundless cold void. Before it lies an entire immense beach, desolate under the crescent moon. With no map and no guide, the tiny body, weighing just a few grams, must face the grand majesty of space alone and chart its own direction for survival. The distance from the nest to the water's edge is a mere few dozen meters, but for the young turtle, it is the longest and most brutal race of its life. Every ripple of sand, harmless to humans, now turns into a towering mountain, and every single step causes the tiny body to capsize. With no one to lift it up and no one to wait, the hatchling must use its tiny paddle-like flippers to stubbornly push through every obstacle. The true battlefield of life and death begins as the night awakens. The ghosts of the beach ghost crabs, with razor-sharp claws and terrifying speed, begin to crawl from their burrows. They lie in wait. hunting the fragile newborn lives whose soft bodies lack a hard shell for protection. To these crabs, the emergence of the hatchlings is a rich banquet of nutrients that cannot be missed. Right beside it, companions from the same nest may be falling, turning into easy prey for nocturnal birds or crabs. The screech of predators and the disappearance of its kind happen right before its eyes. But in the wild, there is no room to stop for mourning or fear. Solitude forces the young turtle to accept nature's inherent cruelty. You must keep moving forward, or you will be the next to remain behind. The distance from the nest to the water's edge is a mere few dozen meters, but for the young turtle, it is the longest and most brutal race of its life. Every ripple of sand, harmless to humans, now turns into a towering mountain, and every single step causes the tiny body to capsize. With no one to lift it up and no one to wait, the hatchling must use its tiny paddle-like flippers to stubbornly push through every obstacle. As the first cool drops of ocean water touch its sand-covered skin, the hatchling knows it is incredibly close to freedom. The wet sand makes its steps slightly easier. The power of the ocean seems to pump energy into flippers exhausted from the longest, most perilous race of its life, urging the young turtle to exert every last ounce of its strength. A massive wave rolls in, sweeping the tiny turtle away from the perilous shore. The water's buoyancy lifts its body, erasing all traces of the grueling struggle that came before. The battle on land has ended. The hatchling officially crosses the threshold between two worlds to enter a new chapter of its life. Inside the cool water, the clumsy, slow stumbles on the sand completely vanish, replaced by graceful, effortless glides, like a bird soaring through the deep ocean. Those tiny flippers now become powerful wings cutting through the currents. The turtle has returned home a vast, magnificent kingdom, yet one of immense solitude, where it will navigate thousands of miles alone. The sea turtle's solitary journey will span decades across the vast ocean, with no permanent companion by its side. It will learn to hunt alone, evade ocean predators alone before reaching maturity and returning to this exact shore to continue the cycle of life. Solitude is not a tragedy. It is the exclusive ticket for the turtle to master its own destiny in the wild. The desert is a place where the relentless sun scorches all life with its fierce rays, and the ground acts as a giant furnace that never cools. Here, water is a sheer luxury, and shade is the fragile boundary between life and death. Amidst a vast sea of sand without a single soul, solitude is not merely a state of being, but a mandatory condition for survival for any creature wishing to challenge death. Beneath a barren, withered shrub, or nestled deep inside a cracked rock, a creature patiently endures the searing heat of the day. The desert rattlesnake is a master predator possessing a terrifying composure. It has no need for a pack to organize a hunt, nor does it require roaring cries to claim its territory. Its strongest weapon is absolute silence, the ability to completely dissolve its body into the dirt and stone, turning itself into an invisible ghost during the day. As the sun retreats deep below the horizon, returning freedom to the desert, the suffocating heat of the day vanishes instantly, giving way to the bone-chilling cold of the desert night. This is the exact moment when the rattlesnake's kingdom truly awakens. Solitary instinct drives it to slither out of its hiding place, leaving smooth yet deadly serpentine tracks upon the fine sand. It begins its night hunt, facing the boundless darkness entirely alone. In the pitch blackness where ordinary eyes become useless, the rattlesnake utilizes a supreme navigation system of its own. Its forked tongue constantly flickers, analyzing scent molecules in the air and sending direct signals to the brain to map out a chemical layout of the surroundings. Without companions to guide it or tactical coordination, it masters the space alone, sensing the tiniest movements of wind and life. Beneath two small pits located near its nostrils, this snake possesses highly sensitive, heat-sensing organs, allowing it to see thermal radiation from prey as a vivid heat map. A desert kangaroo rat moves in the distance, utterly unaware that it has entered the crosshairs of an invisible grim reaper. For the solitary hunter, this is a moment of absolute focus, where the world shrinks down to a single warm glow amidst the freezing night. It approaches its prey without creating a single sound. Every centimeter sliding across the sand is calculated with insane precision. The patience of a solitary being always carries a terrifying quality. It can wait for hours just for one single fraction of a second. Lacking the eagerness of pack hunters, the rattlesnake understands that in the wild, whoever masters time masters life. The serpentine body now retracts, compressing like a powerful steel spring. Every muscle bundle, every drop of venom deep within its fangs stands ready for a terrifying explosion of kinetic energy. The prey is still unwittingly on dry seeds, completely oblivious that the line between its life and death is now down to a mere instant. The solitary hunter holds its breath in the quietest state before the storm. A lightning-fast strike tears through the night. The speed of the rattlesnake's attack far exceeds the reaction capacity of any living nervous system. In just a tenth of a second, two fangs as sharp as scalpels plunge deep, pumping a lethal dose of venom directly into the prey's bloodstream, before instantly releasing. The snake recoils, maintaining a safe distance, silently waiting for the toxin to finish the job. The venom dismantles the circulatory system, causing the prey to quickly collapse upon the damp sand. The battle ends with no chaos and no growls of competition over food. The rattlesnake begins to enjoy the fruits of its lonely patience. It consumes the prey in the deep silence of the desert, a solitary meal that allows it to store enough energy to survive for weeks to come without needing help from anyone. As dawn prepares to break in the distance, the rattlesnake slithers silently back toward the deep rocky crevices, dissolving its silhouette before the sun scorches the land once more. It continues the cycle of a great solitary being, born in silence, surviving in darkness, and mastering the world through supreme patience. For it, solitude is never a burden, but the ultimate privilege of an absolute predator. Leaving the scorching dunes behind, the journey of solitude leads us deep into the heart of primeval tropical rainforests. Here, life is far from scarce. Instead, it explodes breathtakingly beneath ancient canopies towering tens of meters high. Yet, the greater the density of life, the more brutal and complex the struggle for survival becomes. Amidst this lush green kingdom filled with endless eyes and ears, a supreme phantom reigns, a creature that needs no pack or crown to assert its absolute power. Completely tucked into the green foliage and the shadows of ancient trunks, the leopard silently watches over its domain. Its stunning rosette-patterned coat is not for a display of power, but serves as the ultimate camouflage gifted by nature, turning its muscular body into an extension of bark and shifting sunlight. Unlike lions that choose a dependent pack lifestyle, the leopard chooses to walk alone, transforming solitude into the sharpest weapon of a solitary assassin. Eyes as sharp as razors pierce through the slightest movement below the forest floor. Solitude demands that the leopard possess a pinnacle of independent hunting intelligence. It has no team for backup, no guide to correct its mistakes. Every single step, every gaze is the lonely calculation of a brain perfectly designed for solitary survival, where a minor error can lead to injury and starvation. It lowers itself to the forest floor as smoothly as a soft wisp of smoke. Its razor-sharp claws are completely retracted into the soft, fleshy pads under its paws, ensuring that not even the faint crunch of a dry leaf is allowed to echo. The leopard understands that, for a solitary hunter, losing the element of surprise means losing a meal for an entire bloodthirsty week. muscle bundles ripple beneath its skin, twisting with each graceful, artistic step, beautiful, yet drenched in the scent of death. It crawls with its chest pressed into the dirt, utilizing every tree trunk and shadow to close the distance to its target. The leopard's patience is a cold philosophy of survival. Without haste or vanity, it draws closer to its prey's demise, centimeter by centimeter, in the eerie silence of the jungle. Not far away, another life mindfully gathers the resources of the ancient forest, utterly unaware that its destiny has been tightly locked by the eyes of a grim reaper. The herbivore's instinct urges it to remain alert, but before a phantom that emits no sound, all ordinary defenses become useless. The space between the hunter and the prey is now filled only with the suffocating pressure of time. An explosion of kinetic energy and speed. The leopard launches from the thicket like an arrow tearing through the damp mist of the jungle. Lacking the chaos of a hunting pack, it concentrates its entire strength, weight, and precision into a single, decisive pounce. This is the exact moment where solitude proves its supreme value. Individual power, reaching absolute perfection without needing help. Powerful fangs lock tightly onto the throat of its prey, ending the herbivore's life quickly and cleanly. The life and death struggle concludes within a few short seconds under the gaze of silent, ancient trees. There are no roaring cries of celebration, no chaotic sharing or fighting over the prize like wolves or hyenas. The leopard commands the fruits of its labor entirely alone. The true challenge of a solitary being only begins after the prey falls. To protect its prize from larger scavengers like tigers or hungry hyena packs, the leopard must perform an extraordinary feat, using its jaws to grip a carcass weighing as much as its own body and climbing straight up a vertical tree trunk. Every muscle strains, channeling ultimate power to lift the meal high, where solitude once again protects it from the perilous world below. High up on the towering branch, completely isolated from the treacherous ground, the leopard enjoys its meal in absolute peace. Morning sunlight begins to pierce the jungle mist, illuminating its shimmering spotted coat. For the leopard, solitude is never loneliness. It is the proud throne of an uncrowned king who chooses to live, hunt, and reign completely alone on the highest peak of survival. This is a realm covering most of our planet, a kingdom of silence and bottomless abysses. Within this endless blue void lives one of the most misunderstood and solitary creatures in nature, the supreme ruler of the open sea. The great white shark, a perfect predatory machine evolved over millions of years. To the world, it is a terror, the tyrant of the seas. But to itself, Existence is a sentence of eternal solitude. With no pack for protection, no family by its side, it glides through the deep ocean like a lonely ghost, carrying the heavy burden of the apex predator. Born to be solitary and born to move. A unique biological design forces the great white shark to swim continuously, without a single moment of rest, for its entire life. If it stops, water ceases to flow through its gills, and it suffocates. For this creature, solitude is not just a lifestyle, but a forced journey it must move forward even while asleep, alone in every single breath. Upon its rough silver-gray skin lie tangled scars, testimonies of brutal encounters with ship propellers or other marine giants. When wounded, no companion comes to aid, no pack offers shelter. The tyrant must sink into deeper, colder, and darker waters alone, relying on its resilient immune system to heal its bleeding wounds in isolation. Ultimate power grants it dominion, but strips it of connection. Everywhere it swims, other creatures scatter in absolute terror. It is the loneliest king in its own realm, where the fear of all living things turns the space around it into a barren desert. You cannot have companions when you are born to be a killer. But hunger does not wait, and the solitary predator's hunting instinct awakens. Sensory pores on its snout detect the tiny bioelectric currents of prey miles away. Within the vast kingdom, the great white's hunt is an independent equation, stalking alone, calculating the angle of attack alone, requiring no tactical coordination from anyone. The target is locked, a solitary seal on the surface. From the darkness of the deep, where light cannot reach, the shark utilizes its camouflage to deliver the decisive blow. It charges like an arrow piercing the water, channeling all its speed and tons of weight into a deathly strike. A spectacular breach shatters the boundary between two worlds. The fierce power of the solitary hunter is fully exposed amidst the white foam. The hunt is brief, but demands absolute precision. In the wild, the reward for the lonely is a renewed lease on survival, proof that it completely masters its own destiny without reliance. As the foam fades and the meal ends, the tyrant returns to its reality. It slowly sinks back into the dark blue depths, leaving the sunlight behind. There is no celebration, no sharing of the spoils. The roar of the hunt yields to the familiar silence of the ocean deep, where it resumes its ceaseless solitary swim. Its life will continue this way, spanning thousands of miles across oceans, from one hemisphere to another, completely alone. It seeks no sympathy, nor does it need the world to understand its existence. The great white accepts isolation as the price to pay for the supreme crown of the sea. In the deep dark ocean, the tyrant's silhouette fades and vanishes into the void. Solitude here is not a pitiful isolation, but nature's way of forging the most resilient will, creating a great survivor capable of standing firm at the absolute pinnacle of life. In the vast space of the high sky, a towering mountain peak emerges like a solitary tower, piercing into the heart of gray storm clouds. Dense, heavy lead-colored thunderclouds roll angrily, enveloping the steep rock face. Intense gale-force winds sweep through dry rock crevices, creating eerie long howls echoing across the desolate space. The gray, rugged rock face, devoid of any vegetation, bears deep cracks carved by the harsh weather over many years. On the highest rock ledge, bearing the full brunt of the storm's fury, a giant golden eagle stands firmly and in solitude. Its massive body remains motionless, like a statue carved against the sky, showing absolutely no hesitation or fear before the tempest. Its dark yellow talons, large and sharp as steel pincers, grip tightly onto the rugged rock edge for absolute balance. Every muscle fiber in its legs tenses solidly, countering the ruthless buffeting of the turbulently moving air. The thick feathers on the bird's back tremble slightly, bristling gently, before pressing tight against its lean body under the pressure of the fierce wind. The golden brown plumage reflects the dim gray light of the stormy sky, creating a tragic, heroic beauty. Its large hooked beak, sharply clad in cold gray-black, shuts tightly, defining a resolute line on the face of the sky's ruler. The creature utters no cry whatsoever, maintaining absolute silence, facing the fury of nature head-on. The piercing amber gold eyes with deep black pupils appear clearly, staring directly into the center of the storm cloud. That gaze holds not a single trace of anxiety or hesitation, only a steadfast, proud will, viewing the storm as an inevitable trial. A sudden blinding flash of lightning rips across the sky behind it, tearing through the gray clouds for a brief moment. The blue-white flash brilliantly illuminates the entire body of the golden eagle, accentuating its solitary yet magnificent silhouette upon the mountain crown. The bird slowly tilts its head slightly as the first heavy raindrops begin to fall, clinging to the feathers on its head and face in tiny water trails. It does not flinch. Instead, it raises its neck slightly, as if to welcome, to familiarize itself with the oncoming severity. As the storm reaches its peak with continuous violent air currents, the golden eagle begins to move, slowly spreading its colossal wings out to both sides. The long, broad wingspan opens like two solid shields, ready to harness the power of the fierce wind itself to soar. Without a shred of hesitation or delay, the creature pushes off hard with its muscular legs, launching itself decisively from the safe rock ledge to soar straight into the turbulent air. Its body darts like an arrow cutting directly into the heart of the storm, parting the fiercely howling gales. As the surrounding space expands boundlessly, the golden eagle now appears only as a proud, dark silhouette soaring in wide circles amidst the colossal storm clouds. It is not beaten down by the storm. Instead, it completely masters the tempestuous sky, flying higher than all, closing the chapter of an unyielding, proud will. Leaving behind the tragic twilight of power on the fiery savanna, returns to the freezing north, yet into a realm far more majestic and solemn. The ancient Siberia forest, a kingdom of white snow, permafrost, and the most brutal challenges to any living thing. Within this vast, breathtakingly cold empire, there is no room for weakness or creatures accustomed to relying on a pack. This place worships only a single icon of absolute power, the sovereign lord of the northern wilderness. Stepping out from the heavy snow mist with the effortless composure of a true king is the Siberian tiger. With its colossal body weight and unparalleled muscular power, it stands as the largest big cat on Earth. Its thick coat, bearing warm golden orange hues and legendary black stripes, turns this majestic creature into a vivid piece of living art, proudly radiant against death's pure white backdrop. It walks without a single hint of haste, for within this forest, it has no need to hide from anyone, and no one holds the right to stop it. The Lord's amber gold eyes contain a cold, piercing clarity and a state of supreme majesty. It is the gaze of a ruler that has reigned at the absolute pinnacle of survival across countless generations. For the Siberian tiger, solitude is never a temporary choice, but the core essence of sovereignty. A true king requires no pack to share the glory, nor does it need constant roars to project authority. Its mere presence stands as an ironclad declaration of absolute dominion over this frozen empire. Standing upon the crest of a towering cliff, the tiger silently looks down at the desolate valley that belongs entirely to itself. The territory of a solitary Siberian tiger can be as massive as the kingdom of other species, stretching across hundreds of square kilometers. To govern this empire, it must patrol long, arduous paths through the flesh-cutting cold completely alone. No companions, no answers, only its grand silhouette embedded upon the white snow, a testament to a resilient and fiercely proud lifestyle. The power of the solitary ruler is asserted through wordless codes. The tiger uses its colossal claws to gouge deep into the bark of an ancient tree, leaving indelible visual marks alongside the distinctive scent of the sovereign. This is the boundary of death, an invisible warning sent to any trespasser. Crossing this line means facing the absolute wrath of the Lord, a silent yet flawlessly effective method of governance, protecting the supreme dignity of the solitary throne. When hunting instincts awaken, the majestic king instantly transforms into an invisible ghost beneath the heavy snow blanket. A large deer browses on dry twigs in the distance, utterly unaware that death is drawing near. Despite carrying a body weight of hundreds of kilograms, every single step of the Siberian tiger upon the snow remains unbelievably silent. Solitude has taught it to master sound, to control breath, and to patiently await the perfect moment, for a failed pounce in the brutal winter costs highly precious energy. An explosion of sovereign power. The tiger launches its massive frame through the air, tearing through the snow mist with terrifying speed. The thunderous pounce concentrates the Lord's entire weight and authority onto the prey's throat, ending the large deer's life in a brief, sudden instant. No tactical coordination, no assistance from companions. This victory belongs entirely to the supreme individual strength of a great solitary being, asserting its unshakable supreme status. A new blizzard rolls in, wiping away the traces of blood and the life and death struggle that just unfolded. The Siberian tiger grips its prize, walking heavily yet proudly forward on its journey, deep into the heart of the magnificent ancient forest. The frozen empire may be cold, desolate, and cruel, but it serves as the perfect sanctuary to honor a solitary sovereignty. It will continue to reign, to hunt, and to live the proud life of a king who never requires a pack throne to prove its true greatness. From the deep ocean to the snow-covered peaks, we have witnessed the extraordinary strength of the greatest solitary survivors. They accept isolation to completely master their own destiny amidst a brutal natural world. But is this truly the ultimate limit of solitude? What other hidden tyrants will appear to challenge the boundaries of survival in part 2 of this journey? Leave a comment about the solitary creature you want to explore next. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next part. Goodbye, and see you again.